downtown Spokane. This is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
And thanks for being with us here on the special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Jordan Smith. Spokane police and major crimes are investigating a deadly overnight shooting that took the life of a young teenager in Spokane earlier this morning. It happened on East Heroy Avenue. According to Spokane police, calls came in about the shooting around 2:40 a.m. this morning. The victim was found at the scene and taken to the local hospital where he later died. This is still under investigation. As of right now, no arrests have been made. If you have any information about that shooting, you're asked to call Crime Check using that number on your screen there, 456-2233. And we have the reference number for this case on our website, which is where you'll find the latest updates to this developing story. Well, we did have a sunny start to the weekend this morning, but there's still a little bit of chill in the air. And for a look at the rest of the weekend, we'll send things over to Jason Valentine, filling in for Matt Gray this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Jason, we're going to need some sunglasses and definitely a sweater out there.
Yeah, pretty much what you've seen so far this year, you're going to continue to see it. But Jordan, changes possibly on the way. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Hope you're having a nice weekend so far. Clear and chilly, and that's pretty much the name of the game, at least through Wednesday. But we do have, as I said, those changes on the way. We do have an air stagnation advisory that's good through Monday at 4 o'clock. I do expect it, though, to be extended possibly until Wednesday. And if you don't breathe air very well, you do know that air quality has not been great pretty much for the past couple of weeks. So that continues. So if you are outside and you do have some breathing issues, do take care. So as we look at our radar, we do have clear skies yet again. We have high pressure system coming down on all of our areas, and that is causing, well, light winds, clear skies, but also those cool temperatures. So those will continue. But as we move into the next couple of days, and especially into our weekend, next weekend, we do expect to see a chance of seeing some rain-snow mix to some snow coming into the region, and warmer temperatures, and also some winds to carry us into maybe some better air quality. So do get ready for changes, but not for the foreseeable future. I'll have much more in my full forecast. That's coming up later, but right now, let's send it back to Jordan.
All right, Jason, thanks for that. Well, if you've ever traveled and had to stay overnight, you've paid a lodging tax, basically. An initiative in Spokane Valley ensures that this money that the tax generates specifically goes towards the funding of capital and entertainment projects. Alexandra Cohen-Yard spoke with those who have been selected for this year's grant, and she shares how they not only benefit from it, but also help support it.
It's a common sight at the Hub Sports Center. Busy courts, friendly competition, and plenty of smiling faces. A key factor in the growth of this popular sports facility is the grants it has received from Spokane Valley's lodging tax of 3.3%.
And as a nonprofit that hosts some events that brings people in from out of the area, they go stay in the hotels. It's kind of this neat circle of life type thing where we can apply for funds that help us with operations and marketing and promotions.
Last year, 58 event nights were held here at the Hub. This year, with the addition of these 2 new synthetic fields, that number is expected to go up even more, helping with the growth of tourism in this area.
And so here at the Hub Sports Center, we have those types of activities where we're bringing people in that need a place to stay.
Another recipient of the 2025 grant is the Spokane Valley Heritage Museum, which uses the funds to enhance their advertising and marketing efforts.
People that come into the valley too, we always help them with questions. A lot of times they say, where else can we go? What can we do? What's a good place to eat? You know, those types of things. So that helps keep them in the valley too.
Funds provided by the lodging tax have helped Spokane Valley Heritage Museum advertise its events beyond the area. City Council member Rod Higgins, who leads the lodging tax allocation committee, says this initiative has gotten wraparound support from the community.
Spokane Valley is a hidden jewel. We'd like more people to recognize that we exist. And not only that, it's a fun place to be.
Close to $3 million in allocations from this tax were approved earlier this month at a Spokane Valley City Council meeting. The impact this tax has had in previous years is evident through the economic benefits organizations like the Hub and the museum have brought to the area.
Our organization generated $7 million in economic impact last year through these events and tournaments that bring people in from out of town.
Reporting from Spokane Valley, Alexandra Cohen-Yard, 4 News Now.
Here's a live look now at the podium tonight, where this weekend the Spokane High School Invitational, a track championship, is taking place. The meet has brought more than 1,000 athletes and their families to the area from 9 different states and will likely bring millions of dollars in tourism to the city. This is the 4th annual Invitational at the Podium, which is the only track facility of its kind in the western U.S. Spokane Sports says it expanded the meet from 1 day to 3 because of how popular it's become.
I don't even think the community realizes how special having something like this is. And it's when we're talking with athletes this weekend and hearing about how far they've traveled and their experience while they're here, where it's really like that aha moment where we're like, wow, this is a big deal.
And the facility was buzzing today with excited athletes and their supportive families up in the stands, giving an opportunity to bring tourists into Spokane and support local businesses during a time of year that's usually a little bit more quiet.
Spokane Sports' mission is really about bringing economic impact to our region through the power of sports. And so it's events like this that are truly doing that.
Katra Lewis from Spokane Sports hopes that events like the Invitational gives visitors a good impression of Spokane and make them want to come back. Well, still ahead here, after a couple of tough losses in conference play, the Gonzaga Bulldogs are back on track after a big win in Portland. Sydney Berger joined us in studio with the highlights coming up after the break. And we'll give you a closer look at today's Lunar New Year celebration at River Park Square. Stay with us there.
All right, looking forward to that. We have more sun and chilly temperatures on the way, but changes are coming next week. I'll get you prepared with my first alert weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Welcome to the card for Zags fans who dream big. Get your exclusive Gonzaga debit card from Numerica today.
It's time to get big discounts and save up to 30 and even 40% off major name brand furniture and mattress sets. Or 5 years no interest financing available during the January Overstock clearance sale at Walker's.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
The people of Northport slowly poisoned over decades by a Canadian smelter. How a new EPA decision should help clean up the Columbia River and make this area safer for future generations. Watch Thursday at 6, only on 4 News Now.
Nothing. Nada.
If you've been injured in a car or truck accident, you don't pay the advocates anything unless we win.
Zilch. Diddly squat.
Donnie, I think they get it. You can stop now.
Great. I was beginning to run out of words.
New year, new ride?
Yep, we've been helping people find theirs since 1983.
Exceeding expectations is what we do here. Come see us at George Gee Kia, Spokane.
Make your new ride the 2025 Kia Sorento EX Hybrid all-wheel drive, starting at just $325 a month.
Choose George Gee Kia, Spokane for your new ride.
Come see us off I-90 in Liberty Lakes or shop SpokaneKia.com.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs did some soul-searching on their week off, coming off of 2 conference losses in a row, called for a switch-up. And that started with the starting lineup. Graham Ike and Caleb Battle out of that rotation against Portland. It let some different faces carry the Zags through a very dominant win. One of those faces, no stranger to the Oregon State. Ben Gregg showing off in front of his home state with a perfect game. 20 points and 4 triples, including that one in the first half. perfect field goal percentage, perfect three-point percentage for the entirety of the game. But when you talk about a three-point shooter, you can't leave out Nolan Hickman, and you certainly should not be leaving him that wide open. Hickman good from 3. And all-around standout tonight, Michael Ajayi hit that triple along with a season-high 20 points, 8 rebounds. And speaking of different faces getting the opportunities tonight, none other than Joe Few through the legs, mid-range jumper, and that bench knows what's up. That is a team that knows what a 43-point win looks like. At final score out of Portland, 105-62. Greg led the team in points scored. Ajayi right behind him. And Hickman went 3 of 4 from the three-point line in a good reset game for the Zags. Up next, though, they host Oregon State in the Kennel on Tuesday. Well, the Zag women earned another solid win down in California, opening up the second half. That's Bulldogs Yvonne Ejim. That is good from the mid-range. Again, the Zags coming up with the possession. It's actually almost stolen there by the Waves. Ejim gets a handle on it. Quick pass to the freshman. That's Allie Turner. Plugs that corner 3. She's on fire lately for the Zags. This is where they get some separation now. Ejim out to Claire O'Connor. Bree Salenbine, bounce pass underneath to Ejim, and she puts everything into that shot, putting on a master class, draws the foul. Coming up next, you'll see this play. It's a three-point play. Salenbine finds Ejim. Ejim just putting in the work, goes off 1 foot, and she does complete that three-point play. Leading the team today with 29 points, but also a career-high point scored for Claire O'Connor. She's about to hit that triple. She beat her previous record by 1 point today. 20 points for O'Connor, hit 4 of 6 from downtown. The final score from Malibu, Yvonne Ejim has scored double figures now in 63 straight games. She's also 63 points away from the most scored in program history, so we do expect to see that coming in a few games. Washington State hosted St. Mary's tonight, going in with the same goals as those Zags in Portland, to bounce back from a Santa Clara loss. And despite the Cougs leading for 30 of the 40 minutes, they couldn't close it out in the end. We have Jack Wallace live in Pullman with how the team is feeling after a little bit of a lull in conference play.
Well, I can't lie to you. It's tough to have a game like this go down the way it did. And Washington State, they're coming off of a brutal loss by 28 points at Santa Clara just in their last game. But then tonight showed up pretty strong against the St. Mary's Gales. Undefeated in the conference, 8-0 now. The Gales have been incredible so far this season, especially on defense. Washington State made a tough push right towards the end, but they just couldn't close it out. And we spoke to head coach David Riley postgame about what he saw out of this team and doing so well in this game, but just not quite getting there.
I do feel like we were more together tonight. I feel like we were trying to do the right thing. We weren't breaking off from the game plan nearly as much, and I think our guys had, a more together mindset, and that kind of kept us where you need to be. Like, you're not going to go beat a top 25 team without having a very solid together mindset. And
best part about the Cougs today, only 8 turnovers. Only 8 turnovers. Really good job from this team controlling the ball. They did a great effort in this game to play well, but again, of course, coming up just short. But their next game, oh boy, next game is going to be a whole lot of fun. It's at Pacific. That was the team that right here, not where I'm standing, but right down there, beat Washington State on a buzzer beater 3 to upset them here at home. And we're going to see how they fare out in California and Stockton, seeing if they can beat the Tigers and getting some sweet revenge. We'll bring you all coverage from that. It's been a lot of fun reporting here in Pullman. I'm Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, we'll see if the Cougs can get it done in the revenge game. Jack, thanks for that. Coming up here on 4 News Now, the Department of Education now saying school libraries should have control over what books are on their shelves, while they're no longer looking into book bans. And we'll show you what River Park Square looked like today during the Lunar New Year celebration. That's coming up here right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Need inspiration? Shop Fred Meyer. For thousands of appetizing ingredients and meals, savings like $600 in digital coupons, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you get big flavors and big savings. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's time to get the biggest sleep savings of the year on all the top name brand mattress sets during the January Overstock clearance sale at Walker's. Take advantage of 5 years no interest financing and even bigger savings on closeout mattress sets.
The heart work of Joya is that they come in and they don't just see a diagnosis. They don't see a child with Down syndrome. They see a child who is worth investing in, because it's not just about what that child's going to do today or tomorrow. It's about where their life is going to go. Being connected to Joya just gives you a sense that you're not alone. Joya is not just there for Elliot. Joya is there for the whole family.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Are you looking for a cool new tricked-out truck? Something lifted and loaded, perfect for the Inland Northwest? Then you need to head on out to Cal Cars Superstores, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's Truck Kings.
We always have the best selection of trucks in the 509 and the 208.
Half-ton to three-quarter ton, to dualies and diesels. Nobody has a better selection at a better price than Cal. Like your deal, love your wheels. This week at Cal.
4 News Now is brought to you by Grins and Giggles Family Dentistry.
You're listening to some music played at a Lunar New Year celebration that happened this afternoon. That was at River Park Square. The Taiko drummers were just one of many vibrant cultural performances at the event, which was put together by Spokane United We Stand and the Spokane Chinese Association. There was also some food and crafts, something for everybody to ring in the Year of the Snake. Jason and I were just talking a little bit about it. I didn't know much about the Lunar New Year celebrations. You're a little bit more informed than I am here.
Yeah, well, the Year of the Dragon, that is the one that's kind of lucky. That was last year.
Last year was the lucky year.
But if you've ever been to a celebration for the Lunar New Year, it is fantastic. It happens Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
Yes.
So we get some time. Circle your calendars. Maybe call out a work sick. Maybe try to make that.
Possibly. And it's going to stay cool for the Year of the Snake. But changes on the way. So, as we're looking outside, it is another chilly and beautiful evening. Again, we've seen so much sunshine and, well, clear skies. Perfect if you're going to be looking out at the stars. But do get ready for cool temperatures to continue for the next couple of days. But we do have changes that are on the way. Those chilly conditions persist. Air stagnation, though, I'm going to talk about that in a bit. So, air quality is still a little bit sketchy. Changes on Friday. And sunshine to continue, at least for the short term. So that air stagnation advisory, it is the gray. So that includes Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and most of our outlying areas. I guess Ritzville is out of the region. But we are seeing that, and that is good until Monday at 4 o'clock. I do expect this to be extended, possibly until Wednesday. But we do see some fresh air finally coming in as we get into next week. And you can say most of our areas are in the moderate zone. That is the yellow. That includes Spokane and kind of away from Pullman. But other than that, quite a lot of not great air quality still. It is in the moderate zone, one little section in the unhealthy for sensitive groups. But if you are a sensitive group, do be careful if you are outside. So current winds with an air stagnation, as you would expect, we are looking at very light winds, save for Moses Lake. And these light winds will continue most likely until we get into either Thursday or Friday when we see that change. Now, not much has really changed in the month of January. We have all of this cool air continually churning into our areas. And with that high pressure system pushing down, that is causing, well, clear skies. So it's the good news, sunshine, but the bad news, those cool conditions and the light winds. So these low temperatures overnight, these are going to continue. Our average is around 25, but we are well below it through Thursday, and then we're going to start to get, not yet to the freezing mark overnight, but still a bit warmer, about 3 degrees warmer by Friday and Saturday in our overnight lows. So current temperatures, we are chilly, but you're probably used to it by now. Mostly in the mid to lower 20s, our hot spot, our friends down in the Tri-Cities. So our highs tomorrow, we're going to be in the mid 30s pretty much for all of our areas, but 32 for Spokane, 34 for Coeur d'Alene. It is going to remain chilly, maybe a little bit more cloud coverage than we're used to, but the light winds will continue. So if you're doing some traveling, kind of a consequence of all of this high pressure is we're looking at good conditions at all of the passes. So if you're doing some traveling, should be nice, but that will change next week. So for our 7-day forecast for Spokane, going to remain right around, hovering around that freezing mark till Wednesday. We start to see the changes on Thursday, and then by Friday, we have a 40% chance of some rain-snow mix. And by the time we get to our Saturday, we do expect to see a little bit of snow. Shouldn't be too much, but it will be the first precipitation we have seen in weeks. But more of the same. What you've been seeing for the past couple of days will continue as we head into pretty much Wednesday, and we'll start to see those changes on Thursday. So if you're enjoying the sun, you can continue to enjoy that. But we do have warmer temperatures and maybe some hazardous driving conditions set for next weekend.
All right, Jason, thanks for that. Well, as you just heard him say, right now the past conditions in pretty good shape right now because driving in winter weather, it's a really important skill to have as that snow maybe makes its way towards us here. And so more than 1,300 people in the U.S. die every year on snowy, slushy, or icy roads, and more than 100,000 are injured. With so much of the country facing extreme cold, here's a couple of tips to stay safe out there. When you're approaching a turn or trying to avoid an obstacle on a slick road, only perform one action at a time. While holding the wheel steady, gently press on the brake to slow the vehicle down, and once you're at a safe speed, then release the brake and then make your turn. When the wheel is straight again, you can accelerate. Try to avoid turning the wheel while you're braking or accelerating, but if you have to, do it all very gently. It should look something like this.
See this, I'm braking, but now I'm looking where I want to go and I'm able to swerve out of the way.
And it is important to avoid slamming on your brakes and turning the steering wheel too hard, which may be many drivers' first reactions when you're facing an obstacle on a slippery road. Well, still ahead here, the average price for a dozen eggs was $4.15 last month, and experts predict that number is going to surge even higher over the next year. How much you could expect to spend at the store coming up here. Plus, the latest from the nation's capital, the Senate confirming Trump's defense and homeland security picks, but a few Republicans pushing back. We'll have the latest details in just a few minutes.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The future's uncertain, but you're more likely to get a high-paying gig if you're armed with college or career training after high school. WA Grant makes that education affordable or even free. See if you qualify at wagrant.org.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body. Last one, everyone. I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
The people of Northport slowly poisoned over decades by a Canadian smelter. How a new EPA decision should help clean up the Columbia River and make this area safer for future generations. Watch Thursday at 6, only on 4 News Now.
Come celebrate the Lunar New Year and the Year of the Snake at the Spokane Convention Center on February 1st. There'll be lion and dragon dancers, cultural performances, community resources, and activities for the whole family. The first 500 attendees will receive a swag bag, plus red envelopes with over $20,000 worth of prizes will be given away. Spokane's Lunar New Year celebration is organized by Spokane United We Stand.
Hit the slopes without hitting your wallet. Lookout Pass has you covered with more thrills for less bills. From ski free on your birthday to 2 lift tickets for just $75 every Thursday, it's time to save big and shred hard. Reserve your tickets online for an extra $5 to $10 off. Don't miss out. Deals are waiting for you at skilookout.com/deals.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
Welcome back. Parents worried about school libraries getting rid of books can no longer lean on the Department of Education for support. The agency's Office for Civil Rights announced Friday it has withdrawn all guidance on age-appropriate books. It's also no longer employing a book ban coordinator to investigate complaints. That news came in a press release from the department, which announced it's dismissing 11 existing complaints. The release explains the agency believes schools should have local control over what materials their libraries stock. This week, the Trump administration has stopped services for refugees in the United States. This decision stunned agencies that provide critical support to recent arrivals. The memo stands to affect tens of thousands of refugees. It keeps them from a wide range of assistance, including caseworker supports and housing. Pete Hegseth has now been sworn in to lead the Department of Defense after winning confirmation in the Senate, with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. 3 Republicans voted against Hegseth's confirmation, and the Senate also approving President Trump's choice for Secretary of Homeland Security. Here's ABC's Peter Rousseau with the details.
Newly confirmed Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth thanking President Trump at his swearing-in Saturday after narrowly being confirmed in the Senate.
It is the honor of a lifetime, sir, to serve under you. We look forward to having the backs of our troops and having your back in executing peace through strength, in putting America first, and in rebuilding our military.
The confirmation vote tied 50-50 after 3 Republicans, Senators Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Mitch McConnell, voted against Hegseth.
And the nomination is confirmed.
Vice President J.D. Vance called in to cast the deciding vote.
When you win the championship, you don't give a damn what the score was. We won the championship on this one. We've got a great Secretary of Defense. We're proud of him, and he's going to do a great job.
The president's choice for Secretary of Homeland Security, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, also winning Senate confirmation.
The nomination is confirmed.
Her vote 59-34. Several Democrats voting in her favor. She will now oversee 22 agencies with more than 260,000 employees, working on issues ranging from the border to federal disaster management to the Secret Service. This comes as Trump starts his campaign to deport migrants. The White House says violent criminals will be targeted first. Border czar Tom Homan tells ABC's Martha Raddatz not everyone swept up in the raids fits that profile.
You're going to see the numbers steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture. Right now it's concentrating public safety threats, national security threats. That's a smaller population.
Both Noem and Hegseth will help oversee deportation efforts and Trump's call to seal the southern border. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, still ahead here, President Trump has plans to implement his mass deportation plan, and it's not just creating anxiety for migrants, but also farmers.
If we had a mass deportation, we would lose most of our workforce.
Hear how that could impact the produce that you buy at the store. That's coming up next here in a special report on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you like options, you'll love my $5 all-day big deal meal. Choose from 4 delicious entrees and 5 tasty sides with a drink. Oh, and nobody else includes breakfast items all day. Just this guy. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Where can you kick off the new year with gig speed and big savings? Only with Xfinity. Get gig internet at home for $25 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon. Plus, hurry and get a free 5G phone. So save big and stay connected with gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots, this new year, it's all about savings on gig speeds. Visit Xfinity.com/gig savings today.
It's time to get big discounts and save up to 30 and even 40% off major name brand furniture and mattress sets. Or 5 years no interest financing available during the January January overstock clearance sale at Walker's.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
New year, new ride?
Yeah, we've been helping people find theirs since 1983.
Exceeding expectations is what we do here. Come see us at George Gee Kia, Spokane.
Make your ride the new 2025 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive, starting at just $299 a month.
Choose George Gee Kia Spokane for your new ride.
Come see us off I-90 in Liberty Lake or shop SpokaneKia.com.
Did you know that Washington's Working Families Tax Credit could put up to $1,200 back in your pocket? If you're part of a low to moderate income household, you could be eligible for a refund designed to help you cover essentials like groceries, gas, or bills. The best part? Applying is free and easy. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov to see if you qualify. Don't miss out. Apply now and make sure you get the refund you deserve. That's workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
There are no bad decisions when it comes to my new chicken fajita and Caesar Jack Wraps. 2 new flavors for $3 each. Unless you don't get one. That would be a bad decision. Get my Jack Wraps or try my tasty munchies under $4. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks for staying with us here on the special edition of 4 News Now. A judge will now consider whether critical DNA evidence will be thrown out in the murder case of 4 University of Idaho students. The defense says the way the state tested the DNA at the crime scene was unconstitutional. Koberger's team says police took DNA found on the knife sheath left at the crime scene and uploaded it to a public genealogy database without a search warrant, saying that violates his constitutional right to privacy. Cell phone data was another big piece of this investigation. On Friday, the defense argued the search warrant police used to acquire Koberger's cell phone data was too broad, unspecific, and should be tossed from the case.
A search warrant must be particular enough so that as to what is taken, nothing is left to the discretion of the officer executing the warrant. The government cannot seize the haystack to look for a needle.
The state said there's no case law that supports anyone should have a reasonable expectation of privacy when DNA is at a crime scene, and that the search warrants were correctly and legally obtained. A judge will make a ruling on a later day. And we streamed the hearing live all day on Thursday and Friday on our free app, KXLY Plus. You can download it on your smart TV for live updates, breaking news, and weather every 10 minutes. We've had a nice break from that cloud coverage this morning. Some blue skies and some sunshine peeking through here. We'll send things back over to Jason Valentine for a look at what's ahead this week.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And what's ahead this week is more of the same, but we do have a change coming next weekend. What a beautiful evening. But if you're heading outside, please bundle up. And we do still have an air stagnation advisory. Now, this is good until about 4 o'clock on Monday. It could be extended. We really haven't had great air quality for the past couple of weeks. So hopefully that will change as well, with some, well, precipitation possibly starting on Friday into Saturday of next week. But for the foreseeable future, we are free and clear yet again. Clear skies. That means a very chilly overnight period. Our average overnight low is around 25. We're going to still be in the teens to lower teens for the next couple of overnight periods. So make sure to bundle up, definitely, if you're heading on outside. So our Saturday planner, as we move into our evening hours, again, we're going to see more clear skies, and you're going to have a beautiful Sunday morning tomorrow morning. And again, look at these chilly conditions. They are definitely going to be continuing, but with that sunshine. But as we head into Friday, we could see a little bit of rain-snow mix start to take over our areas, and then possibly a little bit of snowfall coming on Saturday. Also with that, it'll be accompanied by some, well, winds that will bring in some fresh air. So in my full forecast coming up, I'll be talking about that air stagnation a little bit more, and a little bit more details on when you could expect possibly some precipitation. But for the time being, it's going to be clear and chilly. Jordan, back to you.
All right, Jason, thank you.
We will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
an ongoing promise from President Donald Trump to deport people who are in America illegally. So now that he's president, what happens next? According to a Pew Research study, Americans cite crime, fairness, and limited resources as reasons undocumented immigrants should be deported. So as President Trump nears the end of his first week back in office, millions of people anxiously await to see if he'll carry out his mass deportation plans. This is especially true for those living and working in the agricultural industry who heavily rely on undocumented immigrants. Washington is the largest producer of apples and sweet cherries, and orchard owners in the state are scared about what Trump's plan could mean for the homegrown harvest. Marissa Rio met with a few of Washington's fruit growers and shares how they say this could affect you.
It's a Friday afternoon and a brisk 40 degrees here at Stein-Mansana Orchard in Royal City. As rays of sunlight shine through the branches, these orchard workers are pruning apple trees.
So we have to take all the bigger stuff, like this stuff is not going to be no fruit, so we have to come back where it's fruit.
This is Jose Ramirez. Not only does he manage Stein-Mansana, but he also owns his own orchard in Royal City.
I'm still employed because I need to support my family. And the orchard is, it's making enough money to pay the bills, but not enough to support my family.
So today, Jose is pruning the branches. But as he laughs with the other workers, a silent fear lingers in his mind about President Trump's campaign promise to deport millions of undocumented immigrants.
There's people that are going to be taken away if this happens. So it's going to be detrimental to this industry and other industries that people work on.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, roughly half of the nation's hired crop farm workers lack legal immigration status. Stein-Mansana General Manager Dane Craver is well aware.
So if we had a mass deportation, we would lose most of our workforce.
Both Dane and Jose say mass deportations wouldn't only affect their business, but it would also affect you and I and the produce that we buy.
It will skyrocket. Prices be probably twice as much what it is now.
Many growers depend on undocumented workers because Jose says the work is strenuous and pay at this orchard is about $20 an hour. Other orchards pay less.
If regular American people come and do this job, it's going to be more costs in top of what we have already.
Karina Gallardo is a professor and extension specialist at Washington State University's School of Economic Sciences. She says if orchards were to instead rely on guest worker programs like H-2A, that would also cost more money. She said foreign workers under the H-2A program must be paid a minimum of $19.25 an hour here in Washington.
You have to add to this rate the fixed costs associated with bringing H-2A workers, in especially housing, administration costs, transportation, and so on, which adds about $4.5 per hour.
H-2A workers are also only here seasonally, leaving growers in need when they're not in harvest. Without undocumented immigrants, Jose says the effects can go well beyond inflation.
Slowly, we're gonna probably be out of business. This orchard that I work for, other people that have smaller places, they're gonna go out of business.
Without these orchards,
probably outsource it. We have regulations in place here to kind of not use illegal or really toxic chemicals. And if we outsource stuff from other countries, they don't have these regulations. Then you and I be eating stuff that's not very safe.
There is this belief that undocumented immigrants working here in the orchards or the farms or the fields are taking away American jobs. But Dane, Jose, and experts tell me that's not the case. Karina said there's clear evidence of this when you look at the H-2A program.
The H-2A program also mandates that the employer advertises the job positions for a number of days, and nobody responds to those calls.
The Washington State Tree Fruit Association echoes that message.
This last year, there was 36,000 individual jobs in Washington State agriculture that could not be filled through that open public process. And so that's a pretty clear evidence that we're not getting the domestic applicants for well-paying jobs in agriculture.
This is something Dane has experienced firsthand.
Well, I've been in this industry for 46 years, and About after the first 10, I never had an Anglo person ever pick apples for me or even pretty much run orchards. They're not taking American jobs.
And how many of your employees are undocumented?
Right now, I think I have all my people documented, but it been in times when harvest comes that, you know, I hire a bunch of people, so I don't know. I don't know how many people can be illegal. Because we have to go through the process in hiring, and we have to make sure they provide us with documentation. And if that documentation looks good, we hire them.
There's nothing these growers and workers can do now, though, but wait. But as Jose remains patient, fears still linger in his mind. He asks those in power to help undocumented workers gain legal status instead of deporting them.
It's going to make this country better.
My name is Carla Olmon Tapozak, and this is my story.
The heroic tale of one local woman's work in the Dutch resistance during World War II is coming to Spokane's Magic Lantern Theater. Hear from the filmmaker who brought this to life and Carla herself when we come back.
And Frank.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema with Dupixent as they welcome the feeling of touch with clear skin and less itch. The #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists helps heal their skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's doctor about Dupixent.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clay Loom was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
The people of Northport slowly poisoned over decades by a Canadian smelter. How a new EPA decision should help clean up the Columbia River and make this area safer for future generations. Watch Thursday at 6, only on 4 News Now.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
4 News Now is brought to you by the YWCA Women of Achievement Luncheon.
I never talked about it for 50 years, never said a word, because it was too painful and I tried to forget it.
Tonight, a new documentary will tell the untold story of 101-year-old Carla Pepperzak, who risked everything to save 40 lives during the Holocaust. Before she moved to Spokane, Carla grew up in a Jewish family in Amsterdam. She was 16 when the Nazis invaded.
Carla was able to obtain an ID, and this is in Nazi-occupied Amsterdam, that didn't have a J on it, which meant that she passed as non-Jewish. And what she chose to do with that is what this movie is about.
And you just heard from Clement Lai, the director of this film. He's worked closely with Carla on this documentary for the past 3 years. And tonight, it will premiere to a sold-out crowd at the Magic Lantern Theater downtown as a part of the Spokane Jewish Film Festival. And if you didn't get tickets to tonight's premiere, there's still a chance for you to watch the documentary. Starting on Monday, you can sign up to stream Carla the Rescuer for free via the Anne Frank Center USA. The film will be available for 1 week, and we'll have the link to sign up and view the trailer on our website, kxly.com. Spokane County's point-in-time count is officially underway, an event that plays an essential role in securing funding for resources that address homelessness in the region. The point-in-time count has been happening in Spokane County for more than 10 years. Over the next few days, volunteers and school groups will be out in the community handing out snacks, hand warmers, and surveying them to gather demographic information. While Spokane County is gathering information throughout the year, this event gives an in-depth and comprehensive understanding to homelessness in our region. The data collected is expected to be released in May. You should expect to continue paying high prices for eggs at the grocery store. A price outlook from the USDA estimates that egg prices will increase about 20% this year. Government data shows the average price for a dozen eggs was $4.15 last month. The high price is being driven by the ongoing bird flu outbreak, along with inflation. It's the time of year that hardcore anglers wait all year for. It's ice fishing season. And while the ice remains too thin at many lakes, we did find one where today's blue sky meant a great time on the ice. You won't want to miss this week's Air Force adventure. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
Hit the slopes without hitting your wallet. Lookout Pass has you covered with more thrills for less bills. From ski free on your birthday to 2 lift tickets for just $75 every Thursday, it's time to save big and shred hard. Reserve your tickets online for an extra $5 to $10 off. Don't miss out. Deals are waiting for you at skilookout.com/deals.
Need inspiration? Shop Fred Meyer. For thousands of appetizing ingredients and meals, savings like $600 in digital coupons, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you get big flavors and big savings. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The heart work of Joya is that they come in and they don't just see a diagnosis. They don't see a child with Down syndrome. They see a child who is worth investing in, because it's not just about what that child's going to do today or tomorrow. It's about where their life is going to go. Being connected to Joya just gives you a sense that you're not alone. Joya is not just there for Elliot. Joya is there for the whole family.
It's time to start the new year with a new look and get big discounts of 15, 30, even up to 40% off during the January clearance sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one sale our regular customers wait all year for, as over $10 million of overstocked last year model and discontinued items go on sale, with some closeout pieces up to 70% off.
Or 5 years no interest financing is available
During the overstock clearance sale this week at Walker's.
The idea of owning a home was a really big dream of mine. It felt kind of like a pipe dream. When I think of a mortgage advisor, I think of someone who is stuffy, not approachable or friendly. But then we went to BECU and I met Lauren. She was like, this is what we're gonna do. This is how you make it happen. This is how you buy a home. And it wasn't scary or overwhelming. My mortgage advisor changed my life and my family's life.
BECU, we're here to help. 4 News Now is brought to you by Colville Toyota.
Welcome back. Winter fishing is very popular with many of the hardy souls in our area. And just because the lake is frozen doesn't mean that fishing fever goes cold. In tonight's Air Force adventure, we'll take you to Sasheen Lake in Pend Oreille County, where sitting on a sheet of ice is considered a pretty good day.
We are on Sasheen Lake, ice fishing. It's a beautiful day, and ice fishing is just one of those passions, and we finally got some safe ice. I grew up doing it with my dad, so it became a passion. Just fishing is a passion, So ice fishing just adds a next level of a challenge to pursuing fish through the ice.
It's one of the best things to do in the wintertime. Brought the wife and kids ice fishing. Oh, they love it. Yeah, last 3 or 4 years. My oldest is 8, youngest is 5, and yeah, they love coming out here and ice fishing with Dad.
Catching fish, trout.
That big? Nice. Couple bites, a little trout, little perch. That's it so far, but you don't know unless you're out here fishing. We've had good luck with it in the past, and it's pretty close to home. And yeah, it's only some of the only safe ice so far this year, so this is where we landed today.
It is absolutely beautiful. The only thing we're missing is the standard eagle that usually flies around this lake.
Holy smokes, look at those views. That
Beautiful.
is incredible. Now, I'm not much of an ice fisher myself.
Okay.
Are you? Do you do much of that?
I'm not, but I really admire the hardcore ice fishermen who bring chainsaws to cut through the ice. If I brought a chainsaw to cut through the ice, I don't think good things would happen.
There would be some problems for me, too. That is not my cup of tea, but hey, that's awesome.
Perfect weather to do some ice fishing.
After the blue skies, sun's out, it was amazing.
That's right, and some good stargazing tonight if you can stay warm. So, good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful evening so far. Hope you have some great plans tomorrow. Staying very chilly. We are seeing those clear skies, though, if you pretty much rinse and repeat into tomorrow and for the next couple of days. But we do have changes on the way. So let's talk about it. Chilly conditions will persist, sunshine to continue. Air stagnation also is a factor. I'm going to get to that next. Changes on Friday, though, into our next weekend. So if you've been enjoying the sunshine, that is going to come to an end as we get to next weekend, but it is going to continue pretty much through Thursday. So more nice conditions, just chilly conditions on the way. Air stagnation advisory, that is good until Monday at 4 o'clock. Most likely will be extended, but we really haven't had great air quality pretty much for the month of January. So that is going to continue, but we will start to see a little bit of wind finally start to come into the area as we get into around Thursday to Friday. Air quality, we're pretty much in the moderate zone for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. We have a little bit of unhealthy air going on. That's the red zone. So we've been kind of oscillating between pretty much hazardous to, no, not hazardous, that's over here, moderate and unhealthy air, and that will continue through Wednesday. So winds are light, and we'll expect these to consistently stay light until we get to next Friday or Saturday. So hopefully we'll see around 10 to 15 mile-per-hour winds there. And why are we so cold? Well, we're getting that cool air in from the north, and that's going to continue for the next couple of days. And we have a high-pressure system on us that is keeping at least our clouds out of the way, but staying very cool. Our average 25 degrees is our overnight low. We're going to continue to see it slowly rise and finally get above our average for Friday overnight and Saturday overnight. Still not above that freezing mark, but still very nice. So current temperatures, we have 24 right now in Spokane, 21 in Coeur d'Alene. So staying very chilly, and these temperatures, well, they are going to persist for the next couple of days. So just get ready for some chilly conditions to continue. Now, if you're doing some traveling this weekend, we are looking just free and clear, green light all the way. But that will change next weekend, so always keep an eye on past conditions. But things are going to rapidly change as we get to Thursday and Friday. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast for Spokane. We are going to remain right around that freezing mark, slowly warming back to 39 on Thursday, and then 40 to 30% chance of rain-snow mix on Friday to possibly some light snow on Saturday. So changes are on the way. But for tomorrow, for your Sunday, plenty of morning sunshine and, well, daytime sunshine and clear skies at night. That'll continue Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty much exactly the same conditions. But we do have that change coming, and again, we've been enjoying the sunshine. We have February 1st on Saturday, so changes coming as we change the month. So do get ready for that. Again, pretty nice conditions, just chilly for the next couple of days.
Yeah, no complaints here, Jason. Hey, thank you for that. Coda, a 6-year-old guard dog, is recovering after being attacked Wednesday night. His owners, Lester and Shay Camp, say coyotes are typical on their property, but that they tend to stay away from the goats and their 2 guard dogs. They think due to Coda's injuries, the animal responsible was much bigger.
He was just full of holes, straight puncture wounds in, a lot on his head and on his neck, and a little bit on his hind legs.
And Fish and Wildlife have set up trail cameras on the property to find the animal responsible. And hopefully we'll find out more next week. Until then, the camps will be securing their goats in the barn every night and bring their dogs inside to keep them safe. 4 News Now will be right back with one last look at weather.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's time to keep those New Year's resolutions going at Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
This year, join the gym that can help you reach your goals at Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this?
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage, and in PSA can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
The people of Northport slowly poisoned over decades by a Canadian smelter. How a new EPA decision should help clean up the Columbia River and make this area safer for future generations. Watch Thursday at 6, only on 4 News Now.
New year, new ride?
Yep, we've been helping people find theirs since 1983.
Exceeding expectations is what we do here. Come see us at George Gee Kia, Spokane.
Make your new ride the 2025 Kia Sorento EX Hybrid all-wheel drive, starting at just $325 a month.
Choose George Gee Kia Spokane for your new ride.
Come see us off I-90 in Liberty Lake or shop SpokaneKia.com.
All right, let's get to the 4 things you need to know with the weather. Chilly conditions will be persisting. We do have an air stagnation advisory, so if you're susceptible to bad air quality, do take precautions if you're outside. That's through Monday at least. Changes coming on Friday. Rain, snow mix Friday. Possible snow next Saturday, so a week from today. But that sunshine is going to continue as we head into tomorrow morning and for the next, or at least the first couple of days of your next work week.
Look, as long as we can keep the sunglasses out, I'm happy about that.
Absolutely.
I can deal with the chilly temperatures. What about you, Sydney?
The sun has been nice to wake up to.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I'm normally not a jacket gal, so
That's right.
I've been forced to wear shoes and a coat.
Yeah, the bundling up. That's not the California standard, really.
It's not. Usually I'm just feeling the nice warm sand beneath my toes.
Right. Yeah. None of us are jealous of that. All right. Well, thanks for being with us here on this special edition. We'll check back in with you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.